What is up, good people? What is up? Let me turn my brightness up here. Hope everybody is well. Hope everybody's doing good. Um, it's getting chilly up here where I live at, man. I wasn't even supposed to be. I had to go buy clothes, buy coats and stuff because I was not anticipating being here this long, but hopefully I'll get to my traveling soon. Anyway, so let's dive into it here. Hope everybody's doing good. I hope you guys are doing well, and I want to make this content for the ladies in particular for today. Listen, tough love is difficult to come by, but we make this content. I make this content because I really want to see improvement. I really want to see you all do better, act better, be better, and get better results. I really mean that. So it was sent to me about this trophy wife situation that's going on here, and I guess people were following her. And listen, I'm not going to get into the whole psychology about why people do what they do and all this kind of stuff. People are looking for glitz and glamour and lifestyles they want to emulate. I could go down that road, but what's the point of that? So, what I want to do for today is to talk about what lessons should be learned from this. Now, I didn't watch the video. Some people sent it to me. Some people suggested that I watch it. I watched some summaries and some recaps of some other people, and based on their summaries and recaps, I'm glad I didn't watch this video. I don't know anything about it besides the summary and recaps and all that. So, and I do believe in getting the quote unquote the information from the horse's mouth. I forget where that saying comes from. But you got to get in the academic world we call it primary sources. You got to get as close to the original and primary source as possible. So I really should watch the video, but I'm not going to, because what all the summaries and recasts that I heard reminded me of that other woman who did the like 57 TikTok videos or something like that about who the F did I marry. I'm not going through that. I'm not going down that road again. Here's a woman from the summaries and recaps that I watched. Here's a woman who says that, she ignored red flags. She only was interested in the guy's money. When the guy had SA'd her and showed an extreme amount of aggression toward her, she ignored it because she was blinded by the money. Now, I'm not sure, again, I'm not sure as to whether she had a good job. I heard $90,000, and she quit that to be with this guy because she wanted to be taken care of. And she had previous kids before, so that's a little bit fuzzy for me. So I'm sure you guys will correct me in the comment section. But listen, no matter what your job situation, whether you have a good job or whether you are in a desperate situation. It's a nice car. Or whether you're in a desperate situation, you got to learn to make better decisions. You cannot become consumed in your own mind. You cannot be consumed in your own mind about what you think, about what you want, and what you are imagining that is there. When somebody shows you who they are, when somebody tells you who they are, believe them. When somebody tells you or shows you who they are, you have to believe them. This woman put herself in a dangerous situation where the man who was willing to SA her, if he's willing to do that, what else is he willing to do violently against you? And as a result of a failure to vet, a failure to listen to her own internal monologue, a failure to listen to her own sense and sensibilities and whatever parental teaching I'm assuming that's come along, that she's received within her life. What the heck? And then as a result of that, the children end up getting assaulted themselves. Look, here, there's two things I really want to be a takeaway from this particular video, and I hope that I say these things and articulate myself in the best way possible. Number one is, well, I guess there's a few things I could say, but you got to pay attention to that inner voice, inner monologue. You know, when I was at the police academy, they said that human beings are the only species that don't listen to their instincts. Somebody's telling you, that they're this way, and you're catching bad vibes. Now, sometimes the vibes can be off. I get that. Sometimes the vibes can be off. Sometimes, if you listen to them a little bit long enough, or whatever's whatever. But when you get a bad feeling about somebody, you got to move it. And when they show you through their violence, through their temper, through their what they've done with other people, that's why you got to talk to them about the previous relationships. How did that go down? Why did it break up? Who broke up with who? Was it violent? You bust her windows. Did she bust your windows? You got to get it. You got to get into all that. You got to get into all that. So, this woman did not do it. And the same thing with that other woman, just what the heck, man. The other woman talking about who the F did I marry? Just videos about them not vetting people. 57 videos, if my memory serves me right. 57 10-minute videos of her. I didn't do a good job vetting. I wanted something. Both of these women wanted something. They wanted marriage. They wanted security. They felt bad about themselves. They were lonely. They wanted to have children before they got too old. All this different type of stuff that's going on. And so it caused them to overshadow the logical common sense that I would assume that their parents tried to put in them at some time within their past. This is really an unfortunate situation that didn't have to happen. It's an unfortunate situation that did not have to happen. Another thing I want to bring out is you have to surround yourself with I'm speaking. This video is mostly for the women. I'm sure men are listening. The 30% of you who watch me, 30% out of my algorithm. 70% of my audience is ladies. You have to surround yourself. You have to find good, strong male role models, whether it's your brothers, whether it's a coworker at your job. And I'm not talking about the quote-unquote work husband. You got to find somebody platonic, a boss, a coworker, a pastor who's reputable, uncles, stepfathers, fathers. Man, you gotta find those people and help and have them help you to learn to vet or vet for you. Here's what I'm seeing. What do you think about this guy? I said it before. You got to run them by your girlfriends, run them by your family, run them by male friends as well. Have your male friends, if you have them. I recognize everybody doesn't. Male friends, male cousins, uncles. Have them invite them to a game night. When they go fishing, they go hunting, they go, they're watching Monday Night Football or Saturday football or Sunday football. They're going to a game. They're going to a cigar bar, going to Top Golfer, wherever dudes are doing, hanging out. I'm planning to make a video about where dudes hang out at. I'll probably record it right after I record this. You got to get these men. You got to get their opinion. Listen, we can say what we want. We can say what we want about marriage in the West and this idea of love. But when you look at other marriages, particularly Eastern marriages, where the family is heavily involved in the vetting process, when you have to get family approval, when you have to bring something, quote unquote, to the table, a dowry or whatever, those marriages last because it's about duty, honor, and commitment. Duty, honor, and commitment. And we have seemed to have lost that, and we've replaced that with this love, and we see that the emotions drive you to go haywire. Your emotions drive you to go haywire and make poor decisions. This is male and female. A lot of guys are out there just clapping cheeks, and you're getting with some girl who's no good, who's dragging you down, calling your job, showing up at your job, spending your money, emptying out your bank account. It happens both ways. Listen, we gotta develop that. When you become isolated, when you become an isolationist, and you're not running things by family members, co-workers, friends, sorority sisters, they are you are asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble. And here is a situation wherein this was done from my very, very limited understanding. You know, when you talk about the broken family, it's not just what we should focus on is not just healing the the nuclear family, but we should really work on healing. Look at this lady. Instead of bringing the carriage to where people can get it, she brings it all the way to the end of the parking lot. Why would you do that? So fixing the nuclear family is important, but fixing the overall extended family and extended family relationships is equally as important, because we have to get to this place where we have people in our circle who we can trust, who we can call on, and who we can go to for advice. That's why I started. A lot of people have reached out. Asked a question about Runner Brother might buy me a university. I'm dead serious about that. Dead serious. I mean, the name might be funny, but listen, I'll talk to a guy. See what's up. I'll talk to him and let you know what I think. It would be better to do it face to face and then do it, as I said, have a day out and stuff. That would definitely be better, but I can certainly do a internet conversation. This situation that happened with this lady was extremely unfortunate. Children's lives ruined for what? Because she didn't have an extended family, because she listened to her emotions, because she didn't have a proper vetting process, because she was in a hurry, because all stuff that didn't have to happen. All stuff that didn't have to happen. And let me say another big point is this guru thing. This guru thing that we got going on. I mean, this has been going on for all of human history, but it's on steroids, obviously, because of the internet. And listen, you should be skeptical of me. I've said it numerous times. You should be skeptical. I'm just a guy on the internet. I'm just a guy on the internet, another voice of one crying in the wilderness, right? I'm not John the Baptist. But, this phenomenon, you have to watch who you're listening to. Some people didn't like the fact that I made 2 videos about Dr. Bryant. Excuse me, Miss Bryant. I am convinced this woman is not a doctor. But the reason I did that, and if you watch the videos, I did it because of situations like this. This woman was allegedly listening to Shira 7, Sprinkle Lady, and these other people who are out there just spitting stuff. What qualifications do they have? What's their educational background? Are they married themselves? Are they divorced themselves? I'm asking. Look, my content is, I'm telling you, listen, don't make the same mistakes I did. Here are the mistakes I did. And I don't want you to make the same mistakes, because I want a nuclear family. I want a strong community. And the way to get a strong community is to have a strong nuclear family with extended family to help. And so the mistakes that I made, I don't want other people to make them. So unless somebody's coming from that particular angle, but this Shira 7, this Sprinkle Lady, all about finances, money, how to finesse, and this and that, and ask for this, and this other clown, yada yada, awakening, before I go on a date with you, 50,000. Shut the F up, man. Clowns. Listen, all these dudes, you have to be very, very careful about who you're listening to, what you're listening to, what qualifications they have, what's their success, what are their failures. You have to do you have to do a better job of vetting them, because, well, not a better job, but you have to do as equal as a good job of vetting these clowns out here on the internet. as you do with who you're going to allow into your bedroom, because they're influencing people. Social influence, they are influencing you to make decisions based on money, based on looks, based on sex and game and finesse. And I'm going to get over her. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. This is how you get a man. This is how you keep a man. This clowns. Yada, clown. Shira 7, clown. Jamal Bryant, clown. Preacher, clown. Clown. Who's the other clown there? The other Bryant there. Miss Bryant, Cheyenne Bryant. Clown. Clown. I think she's lying about having a terminal degree. And the kicker is even with her master's degree, she's still qualified to do. Why is she saying this? Why is she saying she's got a doctor? Why are you doing that? I'm not convinced. I could be wrong. And even some of her stuff, I've talked about. I've given examples of things that I said. The psychobabble that I think that she is parlaying. She's talking about. I try to disabuse men. I try to disabuse women of having this idea in their head, and then 5 minutes later, or it might have been 5 minutes before, whatever. In the same conversation, she says, "Well, I got this idea in my head about what I want my marriage to be like, and even though I got successful marriages around me, I don't look at them." You're doing the exact thing that you're telling women not to do. Don't you see that? Yada talking about 50,000. Want to go on a date with you? I'm gonna marry you. Here's $50,000, dude. Come on, man. You listen to that type of person, you will never ever get married. You will never be married. You can't date unless you have $300,000. You can't try to get married unless you have $300,000 in the bank. Where are they doing this at? Marriages are successful all over the planet. Marriages are more successful. Marriages are more successful all over the planet that are not westernized countries, where the cost of living and the GDP and all that is not as high as the United States and Great Britain and Canada and stuff. What are you talking about? You gotta watch and vet who you allow, man. And I don't know. I probably put up a couple screenshots of ladies whose content I listened to their a little bit of their analysis. I don't know who this Chrissy is. I don't know. She's talking about dating out and swirling and all. So I don't know where she is and all that. But it doesn't really matter. Watch who you're listening to. Build a strong network and foundation. You are blind to what you're seeing. You are in love, you're in lust, and you're focusing on what could be instead of what is here. I play that video all the time about that comedian who said, listen, men and women are so different. Men see who's here. You ladies oftentimes are looking at potential. And if you misjudge that potential, the consequences could be dire. And here's an example of it. I would be willing to bet on a statistical basis that more successful marriages, more successful outcomes occur. But maybe I can't even say that, because given the divorce rate of 50 or 40, 50, 60%, maybe I can't make that. No. But we got to do it, but this is a tragic situation where people are going to need counseling, therapy, and people are talking about, she's got to do rebranding. Now people are just going to tune in just for noise and nonsense. Listen, if that entertains you, it doesn't entertain me. It doesn't entertain me. But you just get your popcorn on, just watch the quote unquote ish show. And if that's up to you, that's you. So first thing is create a strong network about you, number one. Number two, watch who you're putting, build a strong network, do a proper job vetting proper job vetting and help these people within your network to help you vet. And then watch these gurus. And I am bold enough to say, watch me too. Think about what they're saying. Take what they're saying with a grain of salt. See their success, what type of life they're living. Are they really married? How long they've been married for? All this type of stuff, right? And that goes for preachers, for politicians, preachers, politicians, these gurus who are saying one thing and then doing another. And these preachers are talking about, homosexuality is it's a sin and all this kind of stuff they're saying. Yet they themselves are caught in compromising positions. You got Jamal Bryant, who can't stop sleeping with the people in his church, and he just got married, and you got these gurus. There's another guru who's on Facebook. A lot of dudes are listening to him. Fugazi podcast. He made videos about not dating single mothers. Turns out he's married. He's a black dude himself. Got a single mother who had two or three kids. And now he's got her. I think he's got a baby right now and got her pregnant or something like that. So why are you telling other brothers not to deal with women who are single mothers? Why are you doing that? These dudes. Listen, you gotta watch all these dudes. If you're into that, if you're trying to level up, to become somebody, look to be motivated, look to be influenced in a positive direction, you have to be very, very circumspect, very careful, very judgmental, very critical about the people that you're listening to, and make sure that their lives are matching their actions. Make sure that their lives are matching their actions. Make sure that the words are matching their actions. Make sure everything is lining up. You have to do a good job of doing that. Another brother, what's his name? I forget his name, but he's talking about, he's talking about marriage. This brother gets married. What's his name? Donovan Sharp. Don't get married, marriage in the West, this, that, and the other. And then he gets married, and he thinks it doesn't count. He thinks it doesn't count because he didn't go before the state. Idiot. I don't know who told him this, man. I don't know who told him this. So that's why I harp on the credentials and stuff, man, because people put bad stuff out here. People put bad stuff out here. People put bad information out here. And if you don't know, Cheyenne Bryant razzling, dazzling people with word salad speech, and she's a doctor. That high functional, low functional, high vibrational psychobabble. High functioning is not a term that is used in the psychological field, unless you're talking about people with autism or some other type of mentally debilitating situation. So she's running around here talking about these people. You're down here dating people who are low functioning. Wait a minute. These people low functioning. That means they can't bag groceries at a grocery store. Is that what you're saying, Miss Psychology expert? Listen. Watch all these people, man. Watch all these people. Vet them. And then when you finish vetting them, vet them again. Here, much love and peace.